Hey, we're live back here at the Kokomo Home Show and the Markland Mall, and I've got my friend Tom with Culligan. And Tom, you've been running this Culligan business for how many years?
So I've been here with this Culligan for about 3 years.
Okay.
Now. Yeah, so very fortunate to be part of the group here. We've got quite a wide range of Culligans across the country, but locally we've got here in Kokomo and then our sister store in Delphi.
Delphi, and there is a store in. Is there a store in Tipton, or am I misunderstanding
Yeah,
that?
so the Tipton store is one of ours also, but more or less we're doing more small residential services, salt pickup, some of that. So as far as most service and stuff, it's all going to come out of Kokomo.
Excellent. Okay, so you've been there 3 years. Culligan's been around a long time. How long has Culligan been around?
So Culligan actually got started in 36.
1936.
1936.
Wow. Almost
so it's
100
been around
years.
Quite a bit, almost 100 years. Here in Kokomo, we have almost one of the oldest still active Culligans. We've been here since 1942.
Wow.
41, 42, somewhere in that range. So we're one of the oldest Culligans in the nation.
If you're in business for that long, you're doing something right.
We'd really like to think so.
Yeah,
that is our big thing.
Yeah, that's a big deal. You're doing something right. You've been serving a long time, and it can be that your products are just exceptional. And so we got a fun product here that can show a lot of things, and I do have Culligan in my home. And so let's just talk about what you got here.
Absolutely. So what we have here is kind of a setup showing a Culligan reverse osmosis system. So essentially most treated water in the country, whether it's bottles or something that we're drinking, has gone through a filtration. What a reverse osmosis does itself is actually removes more particulate than your average standard microfiltration.
Okay.
It's very, very efficient.
Yep.
Lasts to a umpteenth degree as far as filter life, and what you're producing is very, very safe for everyone to drink. Very gourmet when it comes to cooking.
Nice.
So, but yeah, something like this is just pretty much the way the world's going. We're looking at how can we clean our water better and more efficiently.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. I remember when I was a kid, we had a distiller.
Yes.
So it looked like a little robot, and it sat in a different room, and it would distill the water down, and that was a big deal. I lived in Danville, Illinois, and one time, the USA Today, is it even the USA Today still out? Is it even still around?
Yeah, I believe.
No, I don't know. So it said that Danville, Illinois was number 2 worst water in the country. So, okay. That's, so whether you think you have good water or not, when you come into a house, are you testing the water, or do you? Okay, talk to us about that.
Yeah. So typically what we're going to do is we're going to go in, we're going to do a fun, full evaluation. We're going to try to be engaging. Obviously, we know it's not the most exciting topic sometimes, but what we do is really a matter of what in the water is causing harm to either your plumbing, your hot water appliances, your cold water appliances, or even potentially harmful to you and your family when bathing or drinking. So going through a good fun evaluation, we make sure everything fits what we need, and based on what those numbers tell us, give us the best recommendation.
Okay. And this unit, I know in our house we have our unit, the filtration system down in our kind of mechanical basement. It's kind of not a crawl space, but it's not really a functioning basement.
Absolutely.
So we have some mechanical stuff down there. So we have those filters down there, and we keep our what do you call the tank?
Just the reservoir tank.
The reservoir tank.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a 5-gallon, and we have 8 of us in the house, so we drink a lot of water, right?
Absolutely.
But and my wife, you talk about gourmet cooking. Whenever she uses water that's going to go to cooking, she's pulling out of this faucet. She's not pulling out of the tap faucet. But kids, like I grew up drinking out of the hose.
Absolutely.
So you're not going to die, but
no. But what we are realizing more and more is all those years of things that were buried are starting to seep out.
Yeah.
So precaution is kind of one of those things. We want to take that innovation that we are able to work with and the technology that we have today, and we want to make the water work better for everyone.
Absolutely. Okay. So, but where does this unit go? Is it built to go under the sink?
Absolutely. So this could go under the sink. This could get mounted on a wall in a basement. We have put them in crawl spaces so long as we know it's a safe, dry area that's protected.
Yeah.
But area that's easy to access so that we can change the filters. But again, you can see it's much different than old units where we had the vertical hanging system. Everything is much easier being able to kind of twist and lock into place.
Yeah.
So,
And they're easy. I've had to change mine. But if somebody's like, hey, I don't want to mess with it, you guys do that?
we do that. We have everything available, all the way from us installing and leaving it alone, all the way through full maintenance programs that cover the units 100% to the point of full maintenance, full warranty labor, and if anything were to go catastrophically wrong, full replace.
Sure. Excellent. So I see 2 faucets here. People can select based on, I mean, what are the options?
Yeah, so
are they endless?
based on the finish that we have everything from your standard chrome and brushed nickel through oil rub bronze, matte black.
Yep.
In some instances where we don't want to drill through granite, we actually have an option that's Bluetoothed where we can use your existing faucet.
Oh, okay.
So we don't even have to drill through granite countertops if that's a concern.
Wow, that's nice. Did not know that
It's
one.
pretty impressive what they're able to do. We
Yeah.
really tried to take this new technology and make sure that what is happening is the best we can offer.
Yeah. So what I love hearing, Tom, about this is companies that sit stagnant die.
That is exactly
And companies that will continue to grow in their technology will continue to thrive and serve. And at the end of the day, it's all about serving the client better.
100%.
Having a better product, having a better quality finish water, and whatever. So that's really exciting. So how does Colligan separate themselves from other companies?
Well, obviously brand name recognition is going to be a big thing just because we've really been around forever, right? I know we were the first to really kind of come up with an RO in the sense of a dialysis machine, and we were the first to really come up with some of the ideas of softening. So a lot of that has carried us, but again, the innovation, the focus on kind of recreating and reinventing things so that they're more efficient. In some instances we have saltless softeners or saltless conditioners, and now we have what's considered to be the highest efficient softener on the market, where we can get away with, in some instances, using only 6 to 12 bags of salt in an entire year for a full family.
Sure. Wow, that's incredible. I know my job at home is to go get the salt, bring it to carry it to the basement.
Absolutely.
From the car, and I have 5 boys, and I'm like, I don't know, how did I get stuck with this job? Somehow they've found their way to the basketball court or wherever, and
just out of sight, out of mind, right?
Okay.
Somehow,
Dad's delivering the salt, And it used to be, I think they did away with the 80-pound bags.
Yeah, so mostly 40-pound now, which is great, but in the instance it becomes too much of a hassle, or it's just something that's not right for what we need. We do offer services where we can come in, deliver the salt, fill the salt, and make sure that it's not something you have to worry about.
That's excellent, because I can imagine. I mean, I'm not old, and I'm not young.
None of us are.
But I can still do 40 in this arm. I mean, I know I can do 40 in this arm. Dan's laughing. Stop. And 40 in this arm. I was trying to do push-ups in between sessions.
100%.
But
yeah, definitely.
I carry them down the basement.
Work the shoulders.
Work the traps.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And then dumping them. But if you're not as muscular as I am or Tom, then you can call Colligan and they'd be willing to help you with that.
No, absolutely. We have every type of service available, in-home, residential.
Yeah.
We can make sure that we're fit.
So how about commercial?
Commercial, 100%. Yep.
Okay.
Commercial, residential, literally anything we need. I mean, we've made stuff fit in RVs before if we've had to.
Yeah,
so.
Awesome. Tom, thank you. Before we go, you're familiar?
I'm not. No.
Okay, so right next to us here is the Kokomo Urban Outreach. This is our, next to us, when you come to the show, our non-for-profit for the show. We gifted them the booth space, and we are, taking donations. They're receiving donations, and they're looking for $2,400 annually helps each kid. So they have 300 kids. Do the math on that. I don't know what that is. They want 1,000. That's their mission and goal is 1,000 kids. So that's $2.4 million annually that they would need to run that program. But they also need lots of volunteers, and their volunteers are long-term, short, terms to help with projects. And so, but I love what they do. They're teaching kids work ethics. Nothing's given, everything's earned. And someday those kids are going to be working for you, Tom.
I think so. I think so.
They're going to be working for you, or they're going to be your competition.
That could be it too.
And so, but we want to let everybody know to support the Kokomo Urban Outreach, the UP program, and come out, buy a wreath or whatever and donate to them. So, Tom, thanks for being here.
Awesome.
Appreciate you serving this community of Kokomo.
Believe me, it's our pleasure. We're happy to be here. We've been here a long time, and we hope to be here for a long time.
I think you will be. Thanks.
Appreciate it.